Hi all. So I was able to achieve Grandmaster title in Risk. I am nowhere near the level of a Grandmaster. If I had to rate myself, it'd probably be between beginner and the intermediate border. Be honest, that's where I'd say my skill actually is. But I was able to achieve Grandmaster. I did it slowly over the period of 3 days. Started from novice and worked my way up. I didn't really follow any guides or anything. I kind of just developed my own system, and yeah, it worked really well. So being in the ranking system doesn't change the AI difficulty doesn't affect the rank points at all. It doesn't make sense to use expert bots. You want to use medium. Medium are very docile bots and they'll behave, but people are still afraid of bots for some reason. Also, you can control medium bots with ease. So if you want to lure them to your opponent and have them attack your opponent, you can. If they stack like a big army, like a 15 next to your one, you can have them, not attack you just by doing simple things like dinging the other side of the province. They'll recapture, but it won't expand. Medium bots are very docile, very easy to control. So in a one-on-one situation, if you use bots, it becomes like a 3-on-1. It's not bad, but I didn't even do that. I went straight with one-on-ones because they're fast games and you need points fast to move up, and I didn't want to spend a lot of time. But generally, the person that goes first wins a one-on-one. So if you're winning one and losing one, you're not really doing anything, right? So it's not really moving you up. It might depend on the level of skill player or whatever, but it's not really effective for a fast way to move upward. So you want to find a one-on-one that you can win going first or second, generally. So that only leaves a few maps. Came with a really devilish map for it. But the reason for this is you have to be able to finish the game between round 2 and round 3. You cannot let the game go past the card round. If the cards come up and the person that went first gets cards, game's over almost every time. So you need to be able to win fast. So there's only a few maps that do that. So this is what I came up with. I'm essentially now the warden of the Supermax prison. I set up a Supermax prison. My settings are manual placement, fixed card bonus, doesn't really matter. I pick fixed card because I want 10 off the bat if I get cards, but we're never going to get cards. Very rarely, and it's usually because you blew up multiple times and you had to go to round 4. But whatever. I leave AI difficulty on expert. It's not going to be used a bot, so it doesn't matter. Turn timer is important. You want 60 seconds, and I want to explain why. And well, I'll tell you why right now. So in Supermax Prison, there's a lot. In Supermax Prison, there's a lot of dead ends. You want to collect all those dead ends. So when you get to pick your territories, you want to pick the dead ends because people tend to use blitz. So they'll blitz attack into the dead ends, but now you can't remove all your troops. You can only remove. You have to leave 3 there every time. So it destroys the person's army, killing all the dead ends. So when you pick your places, you want to pick a lot of the dead ends. And I'll talk about how you want to create run-ins and run-outs. And you can also trap their entire army inside one of those prison cells because they'll take the border between that and the middle, and then you'll put things inside. So they'll put the big army inside to go to capture the things, and then they can't get out because they're one, and then you collect everything else and just run into them. Either way, there's a lot of route building. So your placement is very, very key. You win the game based upon placement every time, or mostly. There are some, like I said, I won the majority of them. I'd say up in the 80s and 90. I'd say between 80 and 90% I won. So a lot of disconnects in there. I don't like it, but it's true. A little like push X to come up, and the next thing you know, you can't get back in the game. But so I took a lot of little annoying losses that way. But yeah, some people just beat it. Sometimes, like I said, I just exploded badly. And there's a few times I made some stupid mistakes. But overall, won the vast majority of my games. So without further ado, let's go back to those settings. So you want 60-second timer because if you do manual attacks, you can still only drop 1 troop in. So you're going to do manual attacks, but you got to be fast. So the idea here is in your turn, you don't have any time to waste because if they start doing manual attacks, they might run out of time and you still are safe, but you're not going to run out of time because you're going to be fast. So that gives you a huge advantage on how to pick up the dead ends versus how they're going to pick up the dead ends. It's okay. So Fog of War on and Blizzard's on, it just takes up less property, gives you places to focus on, and speeds up selection. Fog of War I keep on mainly because people are just afraid. And it's like you obviously know where everything's at, but yeah, they may make a mistake because they may not push into the darkness. Ooh, the darkness. But yeah, don't worry about it. Ranked on, of course, and I use true random. A lot of people use balanced bliss. I use true random. In this case, you definitely want to use true random because you're going to be doing those one dice manual shots to get the dead ends. If you have balanced bliss, it gives you better odds, so you don't want your opponent to have that advantage. So essentially, you're going to turn it to true random. So manual and blitz are the same. Don't explode. From here, it's just a one-on-one. You want to go first, because if you go first, I've never lost, I'll be honest. If you go first in this map, you can't lose, provided you do some basic, simple things. And I'll show you when we pick when we pick territories, because that is the most important part of this map, is how you pick your territories. You want to pick your dead ends, but you want to create ways to run in straight and to the back end, but more importantly, run out. If you can get one of those dead ends to run out upward, that's the key. You want you can take 2 run-ins and a run out. That's like my first setup. If I can get that, it's pretty good. If you can get like 3 run outs, you're gonna win. Doesn't matter what play, or if you're first or second, you're gonna win on that one, because it spreads everything out, and then they don't have enough to ding you all the time, and you get 1 bonus territory once and it's game over. All right, we go second. So this means it's a more challenging game. They should win. If I was in their position, I would not lose. Generally, granted, dice can always dictate, but I have yet to lose in that situation. Now, granted, I've only done like 40 games. So, which, like I said, you want to collect all the dead ends. It's just evil. So if he gets the top piece, it's really good. Like the one between the middle and the bottom right, if he gets that little square, because, no. So he's going to keep going around, but you're still going to collect those dead ends. We're going to keep blocking him. We're going to annoy him a little bit. He's going to keep trying to find a different one. Fine. So we're going to fill him up a little bit. And I'll talk about, so right now, the bottom one is a run-in. So I can go from the middle, I can run all the way down and go to the corner, and that's it. That's what I call a run-in. A run-out would be the opposite. So we're gonna try to create a run-out. So now the top right is considered a run-in as well. I can just run straight into the back. So now if I wanna attack from the middle, I can do that on those 2. Now on the bottom right, what we're doing is we're creating a run-out. So I can use one of these cells now to run out. These are the better ones. You want these. So from here, we're just going to keep blocking, picking up dead ends, trying to create another run out if we can, but I doubt it, because he should be wise to that by now. I don't know if he's wise enough. You also want the middle one if you can get it. So I'll just take it now. That way you can see everything, and it gives you an attack point to come from wherever. Uh-oh, I got to pay attention. I might give him a province. Yeah, I got one more. Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, that's bad. I didn't take a blocker down there. So we'll take the middle. So it'll come up on top. Actually, it might not do too bad. Depends on how he does it. So the top one is now a run-in as well. Except I'm going to block myself. Probably just going to go for it. I got to start taking the middle piece. I got to take the middle ones. So the middle is important. If they're going to take an area like that bottom left, you want them to take the border, like the one in the middle as well. Like that's perfect. How you took the top right one, we want that. The run-ins, you can go ahead and take your border because you're going to run in that way, so it's not a big deal. The run-out, you definitely... I don't like doing it, but I'm going to trap myself anyways, so I might as well take it. Good, he took the bottom left. So why this is bad is that you're going to generally put your troops there, but you got to get that little 1 square. So a lot of times they'll move their big army in a spot where they can only get the big square, and that's the end of that. So now what you do when you set up your armies, we're going to go ahead and do the run-ins. So we're going to go ahead and do 7s. No matter what we do, we're doing 7s. So we're doing 7 here. And then we're going to do a run out for this guy. We're going to ignore the bottom for the time being. He gets to go first, so he's going to do some damage, but this should give us at least one of those territories for free before deployment. We have to ding him next round, but we should be able to ping. Our goal on the second round is just be able to ding his property that he gets, or his territory he gets, while at the same time capturing at least 2. If I can get 3, that's game over. But if I can get, you need 1 to win. If we can get 2, it's going to speed it up. But that's essentially how you want to place. You want to worry about those run-ins, run-outs, and you don't want to block yourself. Also, when you're coming in from one thing, so you're in the bottom left, that bottom left can go to the bottom right. That means the top right can go to the top, and then the 2 on the top left and the bottom right, they can run across each other. So you can just charge the map in those areas. See how his 10 is blocked now because of that 1? He can't do anything with that 10. He can clean up that area, but that's it. And he's not going to be able to fortify a strong boundary for it. It's going to be like a 4 or something. Same thing down there. He's going to block himself. Now with the 1, he'll move he has to pick one, which one he's going to fortify now. So I mean, his top left is going to be weak. So he didn't even do anything on the top left. So that means we're just going to go ahead. We'll pick up the middle, and we're going to go ahead and charge in the bottom left. Because we have to ding him. And he didn't do anything, so that's fine. So on this one, we're just going to go ahead and give him a quandary. So we're going to say, hey, we took the middle. Do you want to clean it up, or do you want to take out that 4? So we're just delaying them, essentially, is what we're trying to do there. But at the same time, all the ones we picked up, either we're going to get both the run-ins. So hopefully, oh, hey, a little tricky there. See, they put a trap for me. The run out's going to be working though. So we get the run out. And then you can just fortify here. So me being me, I'm just going to be like, hey, deal with that. And this is just to slow down his armies. I need one of those to stay. I'm not going to get the middle. He's going to run through the middle of something, right? But at the same time, if I get the bottom right or the top, I win. If not, I just got to battle a little bit and I'll win it back. This is too good of a position to lose at this point, even though I'm going second. Now, if I was going first, it would just be even worse. But this is a really good map to do a 101 in a ranked setting. Does he do it? Can he get it? I got a little cleanup. I got a little cleanup to do. Hopefully I don't have to clean up both. But either way, if he doesn't ding up top, I mean, with that 6, that's why I like fog. You want to keep the fog on because people are afraid of the dark. Don't be afraid of the dark. Just charge. It doesn't matter. You'll win it next round. Doesn't work? Next round's always coming. Pressure. So persistence beats resistance in this one. So just keep putting the pressure on. All right. So what we got? We're just going to go ahead and just ding. So first ding. I don't want to risk it too much because I want to make sure I get in. Good. All right, from here, see what we can do. Not bad, not bad. All but one. So that's just going to be annoying. And then we'll pin it down. So essentially, he's not going to get enough troops in deployment to even attack it back. So that problem's done. So now he has to probably either run out from the top right. Oh, he's going to go for the 7. That makes sense because he'll be able to ding the middle and the top maybe. But if he does that, then I'm just going to go to the bottom and ding him back and finish clean up the top. So, or hopefully kill him. But either way, it's just a war of attrition at this point. But you just need one bonus territory and you'll win. But either way, first or second, Supermax is definitely the way to go in a ranked game. Manual selection, fog, blizzard, 60 seconds is key. Excuse me. When I get to the top left, I'll show you what I mean by the manual dice rolls, so you don't have to lose troops. Because as you saw, when he originally took the top left, he had like a thing of 12, and it was a strong army, and he just like obliterated it to 4 because he had to pick up all the little areas. All right. So hopefully we ding him because it would suck if we didn't. All right, we dinged them. So this is what I mean by now we got the 3, right? So what you do is just go down to the manual dice. Because we're going to be, oh, that sucks. Oh, never mind. Not on this one. But if you go down the manual and you win that, what will happen is then at that point, you can take back your entire army. And if you can take back your entire army, then you can ding 1 per cell instead of 3 per cell. And you don't have to split up your troops as much. All right, we got lucky there. Can we get lucky over here too? Nope. So now we'll just pin that guy down. So even if he gets his 3 there, it's not going to do anything for him. But that's essentially the game. Wish the dice were a little bit faster, so this game would be over. He may get cards this round. It is possible. Doesn't do anything. I mean, troop deployment's just too high at this point, and he has to ding too much to damage it. So yeah. All right. So now we're in the finals. I'll just go ahead and show you that manual thing because I won't actually see it work at this point. So there you go. So I had a troop of 40. Now I can bring that entire 40 back versus if I was to do a blitz like such, I can't bring that 39 back. I have to leave that 3. So that's how you pick up these territories. That's why that 60-second timer is very important because time will run out. And at that point, wow, there we go. But at that point, when the time runs out, then the turn's over. So that's why you want to put it there. You just got to know that you got to go fast. They may not realize that it have to go that fast. That's all I'm saying. But you do this first or second, you're going to win the game almost every time. And you can be a Grandmaster in less than a day. I mean, if I put some effort into it, it takes about, I don't know, 5-6 hours, 4, I don't know, around there. So just how about it? Anyways, have a good one.